6 years ago, Calvin Ward believed he had buried the truth at 30,000 feet. He was a senior operations manager for a regional airline based in Arizona, the kind of man who spoke carefully and never raised his voice. On a stormy night, one of the airline's planes made a hard landing after a technical warning that should have grounded it hours earlier. No one died, but a junior maintenance supervisor named Evan Brooks was blamed publicly for signing off the aircraft. Evan insisted he had flagged a sensor failure and was told by operations to clear it and keep things moving. The investigation moved fast. The airline needed closure. Evan was fired, his license suspended, and his reputation ruined. Calvin testified that procedures were followed. 3 months later, he took his own life, leaving behind a sister, Mara Brooks, and a question no one wanted answered. Mara listened to every interview Calvin gave about safety culture and accountability. She noticed how often he said the same phrase. There was no evidence. Mara didn't argue with that. She accepted it. And then she went looking for the kind of evidence people forgot existed. Mara studied aviation audio restoration while working nights at a sound lab in Nevada, cleaning noise from damaged recordings for documentaries and museums. She learned how cockpit voice recorders worked, how ground control backups were archived separately, and how non-critical audio was often purged unless someone placed a legal hold. What Calvin didn't know was that the night of the hard landing, Evan had used his phone to record a call with operations after being told to clear the sensor. The audio was distorted by wind and engine noise. Investigators dismissed it as unusable. Mara kept it anyway. It took her 4 years to restore the call without altering it. 4 years to separate hiss from speech, overlap from intention. When the words finally came through, they were unmistakable. Evan explaining the fault. A pause. Calvin's voice responding, calm and firm. Sign it off. We'll review after the rotation. The sentence Evan never survived. Mara didn't send the audio to the media. She waited. And she waited for the moment Calvin believed his past was finally behind him. That moment arrived when he was nominated to lead safety compliance for a federal aviation panel, background checks, ethics reviews, public trust. 2 weeks before his confirmation, Calvin received an anonymous message with no text and one attachment labeled Final, WAV. He deleted it without listening. The file returned the next morning. Same name, same size. He recognized his own voice immediately. He closed the laptop, hands shaking, and told himself it was manipulated. A threat, something he could deny. What Calvin didn't see was the second path Mara had chosen. She submitted the restored audio through an aviation safety whistleblower channel, accompanied by technical logs, restoration steps, and a sworn statement explaining chain of custody. No accusations, just evidence. The review didn't make noise. It didn't need to. Calvin's nomination stalled, then vanished. An inquiry opened, quietly. When investigators played the audio back to Calvin, he tried to explain context, pressure, weather, schedules. The room stayed silent. Context doesn't erase commands. And commands don't disappear because time passes. Calvin was charged with falsifying safety records and coercion. The airline settled civil claims without admitting fault. Policies changed. Training manuals were rewritten. Evan Brooks's license was reinstated posthumously. Mara didn't attend the hearing. She didn't watch the news. She archived the final restoration and went back to work cleaning sound for strangers. Revenge, she learned, wasn't loud. It didn't need outrage or crowds. It needed patience, precision, and the courage to wait until someone thought they were untouchable. The audio Calvin thought was lost did exactly what it was meant to do. It spoke clearly when it mattered most.